Welcome to the 4th annual campus-wide undergraduate research conference. I'm Hillary Richardson. It was nice to meet some of you all earlier. I'm the coordinator of undergraduate research and information literacy, and I'm happy that you've joined us on what is no doubt a busy day for everyone here. I hope you were able to mingle some and have some sustenance at Coffee with Scholars. And before I introduce our keynote this year and get our conference underway, I'd like to make a few quick announcements. So if you were here with us last year, we hosted a hybrid conference with student presentations in person and streaming. And this year we will follow that same model with just a few adjustments. So students presenting posters this year will be out in the hallway just following this event. And their posters are available for viewing and commenting on in the library website, in the conference website. But they will introduce and answer questions during their poster sessions. So if you're not able to attend in person, but you would like to see what students are doing and send them your good words and good wishes, you can do that on the conference website. Second, we will feature an all asynchronous panel at 1 o'clock. It will be in this room. We will play it, but you can watch the video that they've uploaded anytime. These presentations are part of a panel. So in lieu of question and answer time, please post your comments just as you would with the posters. For the 2 o'clock panel, the students will be present and we will live stream those presentations. If you're in the room and have questions for them, please use the microphone to speak so people online can hear, and wait for Q&A following the last presentation. If you want to talk, folks in the room virtually via chat, you may do that as well, or raise your hand and unmute yourself to speak. So for participants, volunteers, attendees, everyone in this room, we have a conference survey that is available via QR code on the back of the program, or there are some printed out up here. I didn't print that many, so I encourage you to use this, but if you are not that type of person, that's okay. I'll print some more. I use this feedback to make sure every undergraduate research conference is the best that it can be. So please, your thoughtful comments are valuable. Let's see. For students who are here with us today, I'm so glad that you're here. We have 2 deadlines for you to consider, and they're both Monday, April 3rd, so this coming Monday. The first is the Council of Public and Liberal Arts Colleges hosts a Southeast Regional a Southeast Regional Conference every year at the end of April. This year it's virtual. It's on April 22nd, but the deadline to submit something is April the 3rd, so Monday. And I encourage each of you to contact me if you're interested in that, because we love to send representatives to show how proud we are of those students and your work, basically. So let me know if that's something that interests you. And then this Monday is also when Summer Scholars applications are due. So if you started a project and you want to keep going, or you haven't started one yet, but you really want to, and you want to do it over the summer one-on-one with a faculty member, your room and board, meals, and your tuition are covered with Summer Scholars. So please let us know. And that is thanks to the Alumni Association and Foundation and Development Office. So thank you for that. So some thank yous before I get started. I'd like to thank the Undergraduate Research Advisory Committee, who helps plan and guide the decision-making for this conference every year, and for supporting the mission and programs of the Office of Undergraduate Research. Thank you to Fant Library faculty, staff, particularly Dean Powers, Kelsey Dams, Victoria Williams, and Rachel Dams. I couldn't have executed today's details without each one of you. Thank you to the Office of the Provost, Dr. Scott Tollison and Trish Caston, who were instrumental in helping me fund our Excellence Awards and who are committed to rewarding our students for their hard work. Thank you to the Office of Development and Alumni and the MUW Alumni Association and President Miller, who support OUR programs with things like Coffee with Scholars and with their support in many different ways. They've also allowed us to host this day on homecoming, so thank you for that. Thank you to all the faculty who are here virtually, in person, now or later, who've encouraged your students to participate, who have volunteered to evaluate presentations, and who are constantly dedicating your time and expertise to student success. That's a big thank you right there. But the biggest thank you goes to the students who are here for supporting your classmates, for volunteering in droves to prepare for today, and to share your hard work in today's presentation. So we would not be here without you. So I'd like to thank them with some applause. I look forward to those presentations. So now I will introduce our keynote speaker. Tori Choate is a 24-year-old second-year law student at Arizona State University Law. They are from McDonough. Am I saying that right, Tori? McDonough? No. You want to correct me?
McDonough,
Georgia. Thank you. And Tori graduated from Mississippi University for Women in 2021 with their bachelor's in English and history. Tori previously externed at the Arizona Justice Project in post-conviction relief and is a current extern for the Arizona Center for Disability Law in special education advocacy. They are also interning for the Death Penalty Alternatives for Arizona and working on writing and research, so very busy. Tori's best friend is a blue-gray tabby cat named Oswald, who I think just made an appearance. Oh, little ears right there. Let's see the cat. Yes. Hi. And they have seen 2 dust storms since they've moved to Arizona. So thank you for joining us today, Tori, and I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
thank you. I will forgive you for mispronouncing McDonough. That's not your fault, Hillary. That's just some down-home beef we have about pronunciation. So good morning, y'all. I'm used to being able to see my audience when I'm talking, so today I'm going to be staring at a podium, so forgive me if I'm a little awkward. But like Hillary said, I'm currently a law student at Arizona State University, the Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law. I am finishing up my second year. I was at the W. I miss the W every day. I tell everybody about how much I love the W and how much I miss it out here. And believe it or not, it does come up in law school, considering we did have a Supreme Court case. So thank you, Hillary. I can see people. That makes me feel less weird. Thank you. Anyway, so Hillary asked me to speak because I do a lot of research, and the reason why I listed some of my jobs are also because those are all research heavy jobs that I do. And I can say that sometimes in undergrad, when we were doing research, that it didn't always feel like it was that important in the grand scheme of things, but it really is. And first of all, I will say being able to research and write effectively are 2 of the main skills that you need to go into any graduate program or any job. Even if you're not planning on going to graduate school, being able to look something up and find it and actually write about it and tell somebody what it says is a skill that is necessary and a lot of people lack. And y'all should, if you are a student today and you're presenting, you should be so proud of yourself. I am so proud of you. I am your biggest cheerleader. You probably don't know me, but I am still your biggest cheerleader. And you're going to deliver a presentation today on something that you learned, and you should be really proud of yourself for doing that. And if you want to hear about how research actually matters, I can tell you that real outcomes, my job at the Justice Project, which I'm just going to call AJP, I got literally because whenever we were doing our interview, they were talking, because all you need to know about that area of law is that there's usually a lot of physical documents and stuff to go through. And so they had told me that, and I was like, I literally said, if you put me in a room full of boxes and tell me to figure out what's in them, I would be so happy. That's my perfect day. So they hired me, and then they did that to me for 5 months where I was researching, transcribing, writing, and doing all of, an ungodly amount of stuff in that area. But the reason why they hired me to do it was because I could say, one, I'd already done transcription work at MUW through, can't remember the name of the oral history project, forgive me, Hillary, and that I had archival experience, and that I was used to digging things out of boxes, transcribing things, keeping things organized. That was a huge part for me in that job that really made me successful. And also knowing how to use research management software from the W has been the biggest. Zotero, if you're not using it, you should be. You should be besties with your Zotero. I spent this year and watched a friend who was writing a 25-page research paper do all of his citations in a notes app on his phone. I've changed lives this year by teaching people to use Zotero. Just go ahead and learn how to use it now. It's going to save you a lot of time later, and you will continue to use it. I use all of the things that I learned how to do in research at the W literally every day. I have Zotero pulled up on my computer right now. I'm currently writing a research paper about it. So like, these things are useful to actually learn how to use and continue to use. And I still do, and it makes my research process way easier. And then it's really good for jobs. It's good for whatever you're going to do in the future. It's important stuff to be able to do. And also, I feel really strongly about publishing and sharing information and research. One of the reasons why I went to law in particular was because the law is extraordinarily inaccessible in an intentional way from people, and that lawyers kind of perpetuate that cycle by not making information accessible, telling people what things really mean. We spend a lot of time wrapped up in legalese and terms that people don't know, which is why I really love research, is because then I get the opportunity to put together resources that I can publish. That's the cool thing about working with the Center for Disability Law. I do a ton of research on really complicated areas of the law, and then I make plain English guides for parents to be able to use to file for all kinds of things and to explain to them their rights. And they don't have to hire attorneys then by having other access to resources. And that's a huge part of the research I do. It's very fulfilling for me. I love it. I love putting together information and sharing it with people, so that way they have the power to be informed and advocate for themselves. And I think that's a really important thing to keep in mind whenever we're talking about undergraduate research too, is you're also giving your colleagues and other people on campus, and the wider varieties, if you're publishing things, that you're giving them that accessibility of information. You're helping create that more legible, more accessible atmosphere that I think that we should all be driving towards when it comes to research and information. And that can look like a lot of different things. Like I said, I write resources now. I don't necessarily have to cite on them, but I'm still doing a ton of research into them and then publishing them for people. Other people are publishing in journals. Other people, whatever you want to do, a conference presentation, people go all kinds of ways with research. But I can tell you that it's incredibly important. All of my jobs are using research. I research every day. I am still using all of the same skills. It does put me above other candidates when we're talking about jobs and applications, because you don't have to teach me how to do all of this again. I already know. So you can just tell me to find you something and I can find it. That will put you apart from other people, I can assure you. And in general, I just encourage everybody to research what you find is interesting and what really motivates you, and to share that information with people, and to continue researching past just like this moment. Because like I said, I'm still like every single day doing the same things that I was doing at the W, and I really like it. And so I would encourage everybody to do the same, honestly. Research what you want, share that information with people, make it a more accessible world for all of us to be able to live and operate in and make informed choices based off of information. And that's about all I have to say, Hillary.
Thank you so much, Tori. I think those words are meaningful, energizing, exactly why I asked you to kick us off. So I appreciate it. And I hope you're doing well. And it's so good to see your face. And thank you for joining us. For students who are presenting posters and for evaluators that are interacting with them, we will get started out here just as soon as you're able to get set up. The evaluators, there are clipboards, pens, and rubrics down here. So help yourself if you need to. And students, if you need anything, I will be in here or close by. So does anybody have any questions as we get started? Okay, thank you all for joining us. Thanks, Tori.